What's up, SNA Assassinators? This is Super Ninja Austin back here with another video, and this is the wrestling news on April the 18th, 2025, just the day before WrestleMania. Of course, yeah, it's very insane to think about right now. Like, it's so exciting to bring that up and mention it because, yeah, it's probably the greatest event of the year of WWE. And even though there's some critics that are kind of criticizing it, like for what of the lack of the excitement of the build-ups to some of the storylines and to the feuds, like onto the lead up into the matchup at the showcase of the Immortals event. But yeah, yeah, we'll talk about probably mostly all the stuff for WrestleMania, given that it's WrestleMania weekend already here, and I cannot believe it's very insane to think about right now. But we're gonna be talking about today here on all the wildest and intriguing wrestling news stories and rumors that you assassinators need to know. Like always, that is of course. And this today we're gonna be doing it through it on the Fightful Select article, with including Michael Cole says El Grande Americano has been relocated to the Gulf of Mexico, and WWE World Heavyweight Champion or WWE World Heavyweight title is going to be opening night one's WrestleMania Saturday, and Triple H the logistics become even harder in an international WrestleMania, but we're up for up for the challenge. That's what he said. And Stone Cold Steve Austin said he can still whoop some ass, but he is not looking to get back in the ring for another match. And also Ace Vegas results of Jonathan Gresham, the man and the man what the Reese of AJ Francis, Darius Carter in action, and Charlotte Flair says that whether we get WWE Evolution Part 2 or not, she need more women's story in the main event. And CM Punk says that get paid stupid money, but he do think that they should be paid more when he see them shouting, and plus much more. And please make sure to hit the subscribe button and the post notification bell for more SNA's videos. And subscribe on his other channel at SNA Entertainment. Link is in the description box below. And let's move on to the first story, as Michael Cole says that El Grande Americano has been relocated to the Gulf of Mexico. El Grande Americano has been relocated when he made his debut on the March 24th episode of WWE Raw. El Grande Americano was listed as being from the Gulf of America. Many fans were upset of WWE using the Gulf of America listing given the political climate and the fact that the name had not officially been changed despite calls from the House. Then appearing on the Pat McAfee show, with his fellow commentator, and that is Michael Cole, confirmed El Grande Americano has been relocated. He explains he's been relocated to the Gulf of Mexico. He's been relocated, of course, and Americano was announced as being from the Gulfs of Mexico during a WWE Speed taping, which, as you can see right here on this video that has been posted by this X user that was in attendance on that what's that called, in this live pre-taped episode of WWE Speed, but and yeah, and I guess that's what he's going to be starting using now. Like, and with WrestleMania is just a day and two right around the corner. Like, yeah, it won't be no surprise that there'll be for now on start referring him as being from the Gulfs of Mexico, even though like the character relocated in a totally different in a totally different country of the Gulfs of that particular country, I should say. Even though at the end of the day, this is just a gimmick and just a persona of we all know it. It's Omos that's behind the mask, the long-awaited absent Omos. No, I'm just kidding. But anyways, yeah. But still, like but yeah, it's. I think that this is all part of the gimmick, and yeah, like, and this is nothing to take serious about, but at the same time, it just don't make any sense. Like, why would you say the Gulfs of America in the first place if it had been confirmed they changed the name of the Gulf? But either way, a Grande Americano will indeed be taking on the and this is where it says that who like a Grande Americano, who is not Chad Gable, by the way, like which the wink, wink, nudge, nudge to that, and you can see that they have those little those little side those side slides, like a half a circle, like they make a full circle of pointing out like what's exactly uh, what to say, like in very specific words. But yeah, anyways, yeah, he'll be taking on Rey Mysterio on WrestleMania Saturday on April 19th. And I think I already asked way too many times. I'm probably going to be asking yet again, like when I make my predictions, like right after I make my Friday Night SmackDown review. But yeah, let me know in the comment section right down below what your thoughts onto this silly creative decision from WWE to change where Chad Gable, or no, not Chad Gable, no, El Grande Americano, which everybody thinks is Chad Gable, like, which it's not, by the way, like, it's from, like, and do you think that WWE did a very terrific job, like, doing what they did? Like, let me know down in the comment section right down below. I'll tell you, it just sounds very silly. It's something that should not be taken serious. Like, if you ask me, my opinions, like, and I don't think like any of the fans should take it any serious. But I can't. Who am I kidding? I can't tell nobody what to do. I'm just the dreadlock a-hole. But yeah, I would say my best advice is like not take this too seriously because one way or another it's just all entertainment. But anyways, we got World Heavyweight Championship news now, as the bout is rumored to be opening WrestleMania 41 Saturday. And I kind of figured that's what's going to be the direction, to have the men's world championship be opened on on Saturday night, on Saturday's WrestleMania on night one. But anyways, it's getting into more details on the matter, saying like opening the match for WrestleMania 41, like revealed by the head commentator of Monday Night Raw, which is Michael Cole, of course, like announced the WWE World Heavyweight Championship bout between the Ring General and the reigning defending World Heavyweight Champion himself, Gunther, will take on main event Jey Uso, which he's also the 2025 Royal Rumble winner. And it says to open the WWE WrestleMania Saturday show. And yeah, and I guess this is the next best thing. The reason why they're putting this in the night one's opener, like, because if it's not gonna be the main event, at least give them something that's the next best thing to a main event, and that is the opener. But anyway, it says right here, we got the full card, like which the opener will see World Heavyweight Championship match between Gunther against Jey Uso. Uh, and the World Tag Team Championship will be on night one between the champions, the War Raiders of Eric and Ivar against the New Day, Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods, and the United States Championship match between LA Knight against his opponent Jacob Fatu, and Naomi versus Jay Cargill, and the WWE Women's Championship match between Tiffany Stratton and Charlotte Flair, which it's gonna be right before the main event, directly right before the main event match. And we got Roman Reigns versus CM Punk versus Seth Rollins in this big main event worthy dream triple threat match. And it says right here, and Jey Uso previously noted that he was pushed for the match to open the show. What are your thoughts on them opening making this the opener? And do you think this was a right call from WWE? Which I should definitely think this should be the opener. While on night two, the opener should be Bianca Belair, Rhea Ripley, and what's her name? Bianca Belair, Rhea Ripley, and Io Sky for the Women's World Championship. It's like they're doing with the men's version of the championship. We could do the same with the women on night two because they said that's supposed to be on night two. And I'll say, given that none of these championship, none of these Royal Rumble winning championship matches are going to be on the main event of night one. Like you might as well have them be the next best thing. Like have the World Heavyweight Championship on the opener, while the Women's Championship will be on the match that right before the main event, making it you have that some type of main event vibes, even if it's not exactly the main event. But it's close to there. Like it could just like probably the closest you can get. And since the women's triple threat match is somewhat like a main event worthy match, like if it wasn't for the men's matches, like I'll say put this on the opener. Like put this definitely on the opener as well. It just have that spark of main event potential if you ask me. So I'll say, that's probably a good thing to have in an opener. I mean, that's the first match of the night, and it's gonna be recognized as one of the most important next to the main event, I should say. But let me know down in the comment section right down below what your opinions on to this, or do you think this should actually be on the main event, no matter if it's on the night one or night two, or unless you got any kind of specific preferential opinions on the matter. Just leave them down in the comments below on what your thoughts on to that. But moving on, we got next up we got Triple H on the logistics become even harder with an international WrestleMania, but they are up for the challenge. Chief Content Officer Triple H comments on WrestleMania, possibly going international. The buzz surrounding an international WrestleMania is strong, with WWE seemingly backing the idea more than they ever have before. Even with logistical efforts, it says Triple H is up for the challenge, and and this is what he had to explain during an interview with the Daily Mail. In the interview with the Daily Mail, he told them the answer, the WrestleMania question, that's like the Super Bowl. So the process of that going other places, people don't understand the logistics of what that takes. Just going to Las Vegas, I can't tell you the logistical the logical efforts like that takes like they'll be in the market like for weeks, like setting up like the set, like people on the ground running like stuff, like yeah. So when that becomes international, like the logistics become even harder. Like that's the challenge, but like we're up for the challenge. Elsewhere in that same interview, Triple H confirms that NXT Europe is still in the works, which we're going to talk about very quickly. But before we get into that, I want to ask you, Assassinators, like, what do you think that, like, with him, with Triple H answering this question, that is going to be a massive challenge? Like, but despite it, he's still going to be up for it. Like, and do you think that could be a sign that we could be seeing like some type of international WrestleMania one year in the next couple of years? Like, what if that be in the like specific places like London or even at Saudi Arabia, like on like whether those two places, like whether if it's Wembley Stadium or wherever it's Riyadh or Jeddah, Saudi Arabia, like whatever stadium that that's called, I totally forgot the name of it. But yeah, let me know down in the comment section right down below. Which I heard that the last time WrestleMania hosted an event at what's it called stadium at Wembley Stadium was like between the late '80s, early '90s, which that's like way over 30 years ago. Which that would be very wild if they finally did do so. Like, and if it's gonna be a little while, it'd probably be up to the 40-year mark. You never know, but let's move on to the next news. We got Triple H confirms NXT Europe like is still happening. Like was confident in NXT UK before the pandemic squashed it. But we're gonna talk about Triple H like in talks of NXT Europe, and it's still happening. Like NXT Europe has been like in the works like for years at this point. Like as WWE announced like the launch of the brand all the way back from August of 2022, like following the end of NXT UK. Yeah, in that same interview with the Daily Mail, like we finally got an update that Triple H has confirmed that the brand's still happening, noting that NXT UK was going to work before the pandemic came along, and this is what he explained in that same interview. Like it's like it is like yeah, I'm still like yeah, a big believe that the UK was going to work. Like the product like was there, like the interest level at as there, like and it says the pandemic squashed it. Like for years, we couldn't move people, like we couldn't bring people in, like and it just shut it down. Like I still believe it's there. Like I still believe in the expansion like of what like we're doing. It's about the opportunity for people. Like the opportunity in this industry, what we do is few and far between outside of WWE, like where you're kind of just trying to do it like your own, you're on your own. Yeah. Fightful like will update like fans like when more is known about like the future launch of NXT Europe as they become available, of course. And it says like in the meantime, like it says yeah, check out the lineups of NXT Stand and Deliver, which we all know what's gonna be happening on the card. But before we move on to the next news story, I want to ask you, assassinators, of what are your thoughts on the Triple H still working on NXT Europe? Like, and do you think it's still going to be happening? And when do you, and if so, when do you think NXT Europe is going to make its debut? Let me know down in the comment section right down below, which I should say, like, what time, what place, what exactly country you're gonna debut it in? Which some might say in the UK, which that could be a possible place since it's like the head the head market of the European scene. So yeah, it could be, but either way, like we don't know that yet. Like, but but I'll give you some type of updates if I have any, like here on the SNA podcast. But excuse me, my bad. But next up, we got from night one to night two now. Like is that it says right here that the it looks like we're gonna get our other wishes because the women's world title triple threat is set to open WrestleMania Night 2 Sunday. The women's world championship bout, like between Io Sky, Bianca Belair, and Rhea Ripley, will open WWE WrestleMania 41 Sunday. Michael Cole confirmed the news like on the same episode of the Pat McAfee show, which he stated that it will be opening night two, and here are the lineups like of what's going to be on the card. We have you got the women's world championship match like between champ Io Sky defending her belt against Elimination Chamber women's winner Bianca Belair and Rhea Ripley, like the other challenger that just immediately got added. Well, not too immediate like as they should have done, but she's still in the match. And next up, we got the women's tag team championship match between Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez, the champions, defend against Bailey and Lyra Valkyria. A Sin City street fight between Drew McIntyre and Damian Priest. The WWE Intercontinental Championship match between Braun Breaker, Intercontinental Championship Fatal 4-Way match, let me rephrase that, between the champ Braun Breaker versus Dirty Dominic Mysterio and Finn Balor and Penta and AJ Styles against Logan Paul. Likely a match for Randy Orton against anybody that step up for his challenge. Like maybe it could possibly be Nicholas the Ridiculous, on my opinion. But it could be anybody at this point. We're just going to have to see what's going to be the update and the development onto this case, like, and hopefully that he won't be without a WrestleMania or even do some type of meaningless segment like they did with Bobby Lashley like 2 years ago when he won the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. But anyways, yeah, but in the main event, finally, we got the reigning and defending the undisputed WWE champion Cody Rhodes will defend his title against the Elimination Chamber winner, like and the and the 16 times, possibly soon to be 17-time world champion John Cena, and yeah, and what's your thoughts on this update on the night two schedule along with night one? I do think this is an accurate update onto what's to come at WrestleMania 41 during the weekend. Let me know down in the comment section right down below. But moving on, we got Stone Cold Steve Austin news that he admits that he still would open up a can of whoop ass, but he is not looking to get back in the ring for another match. And it says right here, Steve Austin is looking like to get like back like in the ring. Like Steve Austin returned to the squared circle at WrestleMania 38. And it says right here like where he defeated Kevin Owens in his home state of Texas. Like and then it was at the main event of night one. It was Austin's first match since 2003, and it says right here. And speaking on the Pat McAfee show, Austin was asked if he had any desire to get back in the ring, and this is what he immediately replied when Mr. Patrick McAfee asked him this question. Like I don't think about anything like that. Like I've kind of moved on down the road. Like don't get me wrong. Like the competitive side of me, which transfers into the racing I'm doing now. Like I want to be the best at everything I do. like you still go back and watch these guys like and gals like in the ring in WWE, and you think I could have given Kevin Owens a little bit more than what I had. Like sometimes you like think about it, like, but the time right now, like for the people like in the ring, it's the for the younger generation, like it's for the men and women on the road. I leave it to them. Like they've taken it to a great place. Like and business has grown like to something like that I never would have imagined. Like don't get wrong, like I can still whoop some ass, but like I'm not like looking to get back in the ring at any time like in the future, because these young cats like need something like to shoot for Stone Cold. Don't need to beat nobody's ass like anymore. Like that's the bottom line, because I said so. Which you all know he says it in this way. That's the bottom line, because Stone Cold said so. But anyways, it was unknown like if like or when Austin will appear on WWE TV again. Like his match with Bret Hart like is indeed gonna be inducted as the immortal moment like of the WWE Hall of Fame of 2025. Like which was his match with Bret the Hitman Hart, like in 2000. I mean, in 1997 at WrestleMania 13. And do you think that he's gonna be for gonna be in Las Vegas like for WrestleMania 40 during WrestleMania 41 weekend for another reason, perhaps? Like maybe even like pay a visit to an old friend and rival, like in their time in the Attitude Era, wink wink nudge nudge. If he does makes that appearance too, like in the main event of night two. But please let me know down in the comments down below on what your case is. But But yeah, like, but what are your thoughts on Stone Cold Steve Austin, like, of his return? Let me know down in the comment section right down below. And do you think that he could see him have at least one more match before he actually does call it a full career? Let me know down in the comments. But let's move on. We got a say like Vegas results, like with Jonathan Gresham, like make well, I mean, Jonathan Gresham, man, like Darius, like in AJ Francis and Darius Carter, like in action. Ace Wrestling like held like its Ace Vegas like event like on April 17th from FSW arena in FSW arena in Las Vegas, Nevada, and it said the result. And here's the results on who competed and who won, which shows right here that the E Tour is that on April 17th yesterday. E Tour invi- invitational match like between AJ Francis against Rayhan Intiz like in Calvin Tankman and Moose and Papa Jace, which yeah, AJ Francis defeated all of them. And it says right here, and Amanda like the Reyes like then defeated Leon Slater. And it says right here the King Bees charity event. Charity King like and Danny B like defeated Fire like in Flava, and it says Kira Hogan and Tasha Steeles like, which that's the team of their name. But anyways, we also got Ugly Gang, which is Jordan Holt and Zay Vega, like defeated Culture Inc. of Eli Knight and Malik Bozid, like and uh, and Pan African like world like in the Spora the Wrestling World Championship like of Siege like as the champion defeated JTG, and we got the the Ace or the ASE Women's Championship tournament like match like with Jada Stone like defeated La Rosa Negro and Team Lockhart like of yeah Darian Benston like in Darius Lockhart like and Ian Maxwell, like and Jonathan Gresham and Yaha and Yahaya like defeated Team Carter or yeah Carter of Ashton Starr, Darius Carter, and frontman Jaw and Kenny King and Movie Mike. But yeah, what are your thoughts onto this little independent wrestling event like just a day before WrestleMania weekend? Like they normally do, like when a promoter put on a very big special indie show during this type of weekend, because yeah, it will indeed be getting some fans watching, like especially if it's an independent promoter that's that that knows what he's doing and knows what places to be located, like what's going to bring in a lot of big crowds, like during a big wrestling event, like during the weekend. Like I believe this promoter probably do the same, like by going to the Texas area, like for AEW All In, like this July. But do you think this is gonna be? Do you think this was a successful show at this indie event? Like, which he probably has some connections with guys in TNA, because most of these wrestlers are from TNA wrestling. I mean, there's some from WWE, some from I'll say not exactly WWE. I'll say some from AEW and a couple other places that I cannot think in the back of my head right now. But let me know in the comments down below. I sure hope they did a good job. Okay, and it says right here. Let's move on to. We got Charlotte Flair, uh, says that whether if we do get a women's evolution part two or not, we need more women's story like in main events, which that's true. It's just as fair as the men. But anyways, yeah, it says the Queen of Flares, whether if you agree with her or not, or like her or not, like her comments and the rumors of Revolution 2 coming in 2025, like that women, and the one thing she's right about, like women should be getting more same amount of opportunity as the men. But yeah, it says right here that while like WWE has not hosted its all women's pay-per-view like card since 2018, fans have persisted like to ask like for a follow-up like event, like, and reports like have circulated like that the event could take place in 2025. Charlotte Flair commented like on these rumors like in an interview with Denise Salcedo. Like, yeah, while she said she doesn't know if it will take place, she would like to see it happen. more importantly, like she would like it see it happen. More importantly, like she wants to see more women's headlining like matches like and more like women's storylines like integrated like into WWE programming. She and she explains, like, I really don't know. Like, I hope it does. Like, I heard all these rumors. I mean, like, it's been a couple of years. So I think it would be a good time, like, to do it. Like, but I think really it's just more like about having more women's storyline and more women's main events. So whether like we have Evolution Part Two, like or not, I think overall we need that regardless. Which agree on to that, like, and it says Sean Flair made history when she became the first ever woman to win two Royal Rumble matches. Like this year, this was the mark of it. Like her Royal Rumble victory takes her to WrestleMania Saturday, where she will challenge Tiffany Stratton for the WWE Women's Championship. And it says Tiffany Stratton hopes that they will steal the show as well on that matter. But what are your thoughts on to Sean Flair's statement and opinion about about the Evolution Part Two, and like do you agree with Sean Flair that this should be like women's wrestlers in general should get the fair treatment as the men do, like with everything? Like, let me know down in the comment section right down below, which I would agree on to that. Like everything in general, like the women are doing, like what the men's do, like I think the women should fairly get that like an opportunity, like when it comes to storylines, like whether if it's a main event spot, like and whether if it's like I don't know, whatever there's a lack of, which I don't think there's that much. Only thing that they've been lacking of is a women's world tag team championships, like which if they're gonna be like everything like the men, they should have every title in the division like it, have every opportunity. Like they already finally got like the women's elimination chamber, the women's Royal Rumble, the women's the Queen of the Ring, I should say, and also like all types of women's opportunity that are just as fair as the men. So I'll say I think WWE's been doing everything lately. So I don't think there's not that much of lack thereof, like because like the only thing that they're missing is but they're still probably working on trying to the make a reason why they should have a second women's title, tag titles in the main roster, which they're planning on bringing back the women's tag team champion on NXT. Rumor has it. Well, I don't think it's more of a confirmation because I made a giant, enormous blunder because Roxanne Perez, like, and Cora Jade will be teaming against the Meta Girls, or even like either Gigi Dolan and Tatum Paxley, or even Fatal Influence, in some type of like a semi tournament, like whoever wins the finals next Tuesday will indeed be the new reincarnated women's tag team champions of the brand. Just to be fair on that, which NXT starting to get into that path of making everything fair for the women, like just like if there's any chances for the men to do things. But moving on, we're gonna end today's wrestling news video with CM Punk. Like says that we get paid stupid money, but yeah, he don't like think he should be like paid more when he see them shouting how much TKO is making. CM Punk is set to headline his first WrestleMania on Saturday in a triple threat match against Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns. Like which Punk like had long said that his goal was to main event WrestleMania, and was visibly like emotional like when he learned that he would be in the headlining bout like during an episode of WWE SmackDown. Speaking on the Masked Man show, David Shoemaker, like, and Kazim Mayweather, like Punk explained why he wanted to be in the main event years ago. He explained it right here during this interview, like the reasons of it, and he said the reason why I was so obsessed with the main event of WrestleMania is paid scale. Like there isn't a single person that can criticize me that can explain professional wrestling pay scale. Like if I'm in the main event, I get paid more money. That does not exist anymore. Like everybody is on flat salary, like, and like we get paid stupid money for what we do. And yes, like I do like think like we should all get paid more based on things I see the company doing and shouting like from the rooftops like of how much money TKO is making. Like, but I'm 46. Like I don't need money. Like at this point, like of my life, like Biggie was right, more money, like more problems. I hate it so much. Elsewhere in the same interview during it, Punk explained why he thought Io Sky versus Rhea Ripley versus Bianca Belair should be main eventing, which we're gonna get into as a bonus of the last video of the on this podcast, which is probably the main event of WrestleMania Weekend's edition of the Wrestling News video, I should say. It's a yeah, wrestling news main eventer, a WrestleMania wrestling news main eventer. Let me rephrase that. But and like yeah, what are your thoughts on CM Punk's opinion about like everybody should get paid like stupid loads of money, like regardless on what their status is, whether if they're a WrestleMania main eventer or not. And like, and do you and do you think that he changed this whole scenario of him main eventing WrestleMania? Would him still have the dream for it, only for him to just experience it? Which who could blame it? Who does not want to experience of having that high profile moment of being the closer and the main attraction and attention for the reason why the fans came and watched WrestleMania in the first place? Like whether that's in attendance, but we're watching it on TV, like on their respective streaming service, whether if it's on Peacock in America or outside of America International on Netflix or wherever you get your broadcast or where you get your streaming from, I should say. But yeah, you gotta agree with CM Punk on that. I think yeah, main event mania is an issue. Or finances is the issue of him main event. It's just that it's the it's the principles of the experience. But anyways, let's yeah, actually officially end this video with CM Punk like saying that if it was up to him, he would main event Rhea Ripley, Bianca Belair, and Io Sky. And it says CM Punk is set to headline his first WrestleMania on Saturday when he takes on Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins in a triple threat match. And it says Punk was emotional on WWE SmackDown when he learned that he would be like in the main event, saying over a decade ago that it was his dream. And in that interview with the Masked Man Show with Dave Showmaker and Kazim Famuyi, like Punk was asked about the main eventing mania, and this is what he had this to explain on the matter, saying people will constantly cherry pick things like I have said they do it for everybody. Oh, you said like this one time like 15 years ago, like yeah, I said it, then I meant it, like then like 15 years later, like the context like isn't there, and certain things change, like, and it doesn't necessarily apply. I'm very much a title match main event. There is the sound bite, like yeah, all those fucking losers like are going to steal and put on their Twitter. It If it were up to me, believe it or not, Rhea Ripley, Bianca Belair, and Io Sky would be the main event. Like, I'm not saying which night. Like, I can tell you like that if I was like in Triple H's spot, I would gravitate towards that. My reasoning for that is, when is EO ever going to get another chance? And a very curious question. That's also concerning, not to mention. Like, Bianca has done it like already, like yeah, for obvious reasons, from back 4 years ago when she made event at night one, like in that championship match. But yeah, that's a different story for a different day. But anyway, yeah, it would be like great if she got to do it again. Rhea hasn't done it. Like, you look at people that say like WrestleMania main event, like Rhea Ripley is top on the list. Like, I almost look at it more like that mindset that I have. It's a determined a detriment, like it's a detriment, like as a booker, because I might not be putting business in front of business. Like, I think like all three of those ladies like are supremely talented. I know like they're going to steal the show. Like, I want to see my friends and my colleagues accomplish things. Like, it doesn't like so much matter like to me. Like, if I accomplish them, like I know like what it feels like to have that chip on your shoulder, like, and be like this is my year, like, right, and very and very interesting and exciting questions, not to mention I've done things like for 11.5 months, like I in more likely 11 and a half, more likely, like, and then somebody like comes in and goes nope, like it happens year after year, like, and it gets a little much here. I am arguing like against myself. It's funny how life works. Like, I never thought like I'd be saying any of that stuff like 10 years ago. I also think it's kind of in in de- in indicative like of yeah, indicative like of our locker room, and the embarrassing like of riches. Like, we have talent wise like that so much like different people could be like the main event. Bianca Jade Bianca Jade, Cody, like, obviously nobody is going to tell me like that John Cena shouldn't be like main eventing WrestleMania. In his last Mania, stay vigilant, like everybody, bust your ass, and if it's meant to be, it'll come to pass. And I'm obviously living, breathing proof of that. And I totally agree with the voice of the voiceless onto that statement, onto this interview. Yeah, you continue to work hard and believing on what you can accomplish, and whatever it is in life, you will accomplish if you continue to work hard at it, believing in it, and also what's it called, and get into that right direct path. and it says the WWE Women's World Title about between Ripley, Belair, and Sky is set to be part of WrestleMania 41 Night 2 of Sunday. And then on the same interview, CM Punk commented on his on WWE trying to get him signed to a new deal. And I want to ask you this question, like, what are your thoughts on the C? And I want to ask you this question before I end the video. What are your thoughts on to CM Punk's opinions about the way he would book things onto this current WrestleMania card? Like, do you think that Bianca Belair and Rhea Ripley, and Sky deserves the rub of main eventing WrestleMania of Honor Nights? Or what are your opinions? Like, let me know down in the comment section right down below. I'll say if it wasn't for the triple threat match between Punk, Rollins, and Reigns, I'll say maybe you could put it on night one, which I believe that's what CM Punk was trying to lean it towards. Because the Cody Rhodes versus John Cena match looks more important to take off the main event, and this is John Cena's last ever Mania. Like, come on, this is Cena. Like, we're probably not going to be seeing him ever main event in WrestleMania, let alone even have a WrestleMania moment ever again, and also doing it as champion, like he did the first time back 20 years ago. But yeah, let me know all about that in the comment section right down below. And do you think we will be seeing a women's match main event in WrestleMania like the last two we saw from over the past few years? Like, hopefully that will be like more of a traditional kind of perspective like they do with the men's. And this is of course the end of today's latest wrestling news stories and rumors that you assassinators need to know. And this came from the Fightful Select article. Let me know in the comments below what's your favorite news story. If I had to pick one, I had to choose. I'll say between I'll say Jey Uso versus Gunther, being announced to be the opener of night one and the women's triple threat match for the women's world championship, going to be like the opener, and CM Punk stating that if it was him that was booking WrestleMania, he would have these women main event, which I think that's I guess you could say that's like a three-way of I'll say what's they call a three-way of. I'll say these are like the three-way of my favorites, like the top three favorite ones that were from today's news videos. And also, if you like this video, please smash the big old like button. Also, hit the subscribe and the post notification bell for more of SNA's videos. And subscribe on our channel, SNA Entertainment. Link is in the description box below. Also, check out my Friday Night SmackDown, WrestleMania edition of the Blue Brand, or WrestleMania SmackDown, whatever you refer it as. Like, I will indeed be making a review on SmackDown tonight, in this WrestleMania edition of the show, just hours away before night one, the showcase event. But I'm gonna start things off with I'll say talk about the Street Profits. Will defend their WWE Tag Titles against the Motor City Machine Guns, while I'll say what's the name? Katana Chains and Kaden Carter will team with what's her name? Zelina Vega against what's their names? Chelsea Green and their Secret Harvest of Piper Niven and Albert Fire. And we got appearance of John Cena. Probably got a couple more things to say, and bring in the final words before his showdown with the American Nightmare. And what do you think he's gonna have to say? Has to say on his way to his probably his final WrestleMania main event and his whole entire WrestleMania match, in his 23 plus year career, I guess you could say. Let me know down in the comment section right down below about that as well. I will be talking about that as soon as it goes off the air, which will come off it's gonna be hours from now before it ends. I could do the podcast, of course, but I'm glad that y'all watching till the very end. Thank you so much. Hope y'all having a phenomenal and fantastic Friday, and I'll see you next time with some more SNA content. Until we meet again, Super Ninja Austin out of here. Bye-bye, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Just stay safe, stay healthy, stay good to yourself, stay positive, and one day you'll probably achieve your dreams just like your boy Chick Magnet Punk. Peace.